Hi there, this is Steve Spurrier. You can join University of Florida Hall of Famer Shane Matthews and also the two-time SEC Player of the Year every weekday as he brings you all you need to know about the Florida Gators, including news, analysis, opinions, and some of the biggest names in sports. You can find him on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Or you can watch him live at 8 a.m. on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter.
Good morning, folks. You made it to Friday. It is PodUp with Matthew in the morning, coming to you live from the International Diamond Center Studios, locations across the great state of Florida, right there in Celebration Point in the heart of Gator Nation. Also, if you need some heating or air conditioning issues at your house, call my friends at Comfort Temp Heating and Air, your number one local HVAC company. Comfort is their business. Peace of mind is their promise. We got JC today. We'll also have Edgar Thompson from the Orlando Sentinel. If you missed it last night, Buffalo Bills win. They just do what they do. Josh Allen is ridiculous. But JC, you're on the Titan Tomorrow hotline, courtesy of Comfort Temp. What's shaking?
This bottle of creatine.
Bigger, stronger, faster, JC. JC, do you think if we put you at left tackle, you could block Reuben Bain Saturday night?
I'd have to have
A shotgun.
No, that guy is going to be loose. I'm worried about him. I'm worried about everybody they have, QB, and we talked about it. Miami is so much better than they were last year at just about seems like every position, but definitely on defense. I think Florida, it's going to take a monumental effort. I've noticed the line has gone back up to Miami's favor of 9.5. I'm surprised it's not over 10, to tell you the truth. The quarterback play at Florida, if it doesn't get better, it's just going to bleed into the rest of the team's effort. And that's unfortunate. I hope that they go out there and play loose and hopefully make this an interesting game. Tomorrow's schedule is not what I would say a great schedule. There are some really interesting games, but next week is going to be, while Florida's off, is going to be something to behold with some of the SEC games. I think your man Brent said something about that yesterday. I was looking at it. It's going to be very exciting. But QB, last night, Buffalo hit the team total over in under 2 minutes to go. And that was the only redeeming thing I saw about last night, other than the fact that Miami was playing for their coach's job. And I don't think they're going to fire him yet. I think the effort was there, but the Dolphins can't stop anybody. And Buffalo, here's the thing about Buffalo, QB, and we talked about the Super Bowl picks that we have, and I liked Buffalo, but I don't like a team that doesn't have a really nasty defense, and I don't think the Bills have that. And I only say that because every team that's won the Super Bowl, maybe with the exception of one of those KC teams, has always seemed to have a great defense. It seems like you have to have that, and I don't see a great defense in Buffalo right now.
Yeah, but they're going to find ways to win.
No, they're going to win. They're going to have home field. Listen to the schedule. Miami, first they played the Jets last week, the Dolphins yesterday, and they get the Saints next week. So
yeah,
it's working out for Buffalo.
All right, couple of YouTube questions here, comments.
All right.
Brought to you by Quality Plumbing. Where's the one I wanted to read? Oh, Tony says, he goes, bus or flight for the team? Are you staying at the Cardozo Hotel? We are flying, so it's probably, I would think, 30-minute flight to Fort Lauderdale. I forgot the name of the hotel we're staying. I looked at it. We're staying at like it's like a hotel you'd stay at on like a bowl trip. It's so nice.
Fontainebleau?
I don't know. It's one of them fancy resorts.
Marriott on the beach?
Yeah, it's a resort. So Amy's question on Facebook Live brought to you by Mel. Did you know Lamar Thomas prior to coaching with him with the Guard? Yeah, I've known Lamar for a long time. When you play in the league, you get to know people and you play in charity golf events. Lamar's a good dude, and we appreciate him coming on the program.
Bobcat.
Yesterday. He is a Bobcat. He's one of the better athletes. I mean, he's one of those, you don't see him in today's world anymore. Basketball, track, football guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're listening to this program and you're a youngster
right.
or you have youngsters, play everything while you can. It's only going to make you a better athlete.
100%.
So, all right.
I was a baseball and soccer guy.
That's a great combination, JC.
Thank you.
Was Pele like your hero growing up?
I was what they called a center halfback, and I don't think they call it that position anymore, but that did the most running, played defense and offense on the soccer field. And then on baseball, I was in just about every infield
Yeah.
position except catcher and first base.
Brad says here on Facebook Live, brought to you by Mike. Shane, did you hear what Buddy said last night? No, I don't watch Buddy's show, so I don't know what he said. I saw this, JC. I took a screenshot of this. The best records in college football in the last 30 games.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Who do you think has the best record in America in the last 30 games?
I mean, off the top of my head, without really thinking too deeply, I'm going to say Georgia.
Well, they're second. Oregon
Okay.
Ducks are 27 and
Oh,
3.
okay.
Georgia is 26 and 4. Ohio State 26 and 4. Memphis is 25 and 5. Michigan
Wow.
24 and 6. Missouri is 6 at 24 and 6. And the Ole Miss Rebels are 7th at 24 and 6.
How about that? Well,
Um,
how about that?
so I just thought
Well,
that was interesting. I also saw this interesting the other day, JC. I meant to bring it up, but I forgot. Let me find it here. This was from Front Office Sports, from salaries and travel to recruiting and facilities, but not player payroll. The
uh-huh.
top public schools with the highest operating costs for college football in 2024. Who would you think was the number one that spent the most money? Again, this is just from salaries, travel, recruiting, and facilities. Has nothing to do with paying the players.
I'll say Penn State,
How about your squad?
Alabama.
The mighty Crimson Tide at
What? Why?
113 million.
Woo! Wow.
A&M was second at 90 million. Washington was 87 million.
Yeah.
Tennessee came in at 6 at 75. Georgia was at 8th at 68. Let me see. The Gators aren't even in the top 20. Uh, Florida State had 61 million. They were 14th. Auburn was 15th at 60 million. Ole Miss was 57 million at 18th.
Hmm.
So I thought that was interesting.
I
If
don't know
anybody
why I
else
said
cares.
Penn State. Maybe I said Penn State because of the trips they had to take out west, and their coach is well paid. I would not have thought Alabama though. No.
Well, it had nothing to do with their travel. This was more for
Yeah.
salaries, travel for
Yeah.
recruiting
Yeah. Okay.
and facilities, not the schedule of traveling.
One thing Billy Napier did do for Florida, and if he's no longer the coach by the end of this season, I would say the one thing they can thank him for seriously is getting this school back up to speed or helping influence the decision makers to get that football facility, spend some money, and get the football stuff
Yeah.
better.
Well, we needed, I mean, Strickland, you got to give him credit for building the facilities as well.
I do. Absolutely do. He's a facility guy. Now, is he a football coach hiring guy?
Yeah. Kevin on YouTube, brought to you by Quad Club, and says, Shane, in the most basic way, what is DJ doing that is making him so ineffective at the moment?
Mechanics.
Footwork,
Yeah.
mechanics.
Yeah.
That's simple.
He's slinging around like he's out there just running around in a PE field playing flag football with the classmates of his. That LSU game, I looked back at some of those plays, man. It was just so unfortunate. That team played hard, and I hate looking back. So I'm not
Yeah,
going.
you got to put it behind you and
But
move
you got to
forward
put it
and
behind
try
you.
to beat the hurricane.
I know. You just want to learn from what happened in the past so that things aren't repeated going forward. And I don't know if a week's a long.
Well, it's simple from there. This is the saying that is, if anybody played for Coach Spurrier, even you didn't have to play quarterback. The phrase was, take your steps and let it go.
Take your steps.
Take your steps and let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah. So I'm saying,
Yeah.
take your steps with the proper fundamentals and throw the damn ball somewhere.
But do you think this kid can hit these windows that are required in today's game with the speed on defense to be?
Well, you got to, that goes back to anticipation.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Well, we'll find out Friday night.
Well, what have you
tomorrow
seen
night.
so far? Let me ask you your assessment right now. Report card time. It's midterm. What's your report card? C minus?
It's not. Yeah, I mean, we have not played well at all on offense in 3 games.
Yeah, I agree with
It's
that.
not just the quarterback.
Yeah, look at the point production. Yeah, no, I get it. Sometimes these guys aren't blocking, and I get it. Yeah.
Electronics World Integration and Design Specialist for smart home automation and entertainment. It's Gator season, y'all. Let Electronics World bring the Florida Gators, college football, and the NFL to your living room. Go check them out. Electronics World. not.
Man, I'm glad you're flying. We talked about this the other day. You thought there was a chance you might be busting.
I bet by the time like the non-players, because the other people have to get there early. We sit on the plane for about an hour before the team gets there.
Oh, good God.
And then by the time they get there, and then they get everything situated,
you're already in Orlando.
We could have already been there. That's my point.
Well, why don't you get in that fancy new Denali you got and
it's not a Denali.
Whatever.
It's a Tahoe, JC. It's
okay, and drive on down there. It's the same thing. Drive down there.
I mean, because I don't want to have to deal with parking or any of that stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
I want a police escort.
I don't blame you. That's a mess down there. All you have to do is fly on American Airlines on the one flight they have at 6 a.m. down to Miami, and you get there in 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's to Miami. We're not going to Miami.
I know, but when you're flying over the area, you see it. You come in from the Everglades. You look down, and it's just a long, disastrous looking mess of cars lined up back to back. It looks like a mini Los Angeles. It's so miserable. I just thank God I'm flying in and flying out. That's all.
Hunter says here on Facebook Live, brought to you by Mel, there needs to be at least one wide receiver running a choice or hot route. Against LSU, 2 inside linebackers blitz, and our slot receiver runs a 12-yard stop to the safety. Again, maybe that receiver and the quarterback weren't on the same page. That receiver may have supposed to run the hot route. Again, we don't know because we can sit there and rewind it and say this should happen and that should happen. We don't know what was called. Players make mistakes all the time and don't run the right routes.
Well, looking at it as a novice football guy, I guess I just look at production and there's not much of it.
No,
there's not.
I'm anxious to see how Miami plays it defensively.
I mean, if I was Miami, it's like you said, play the zone, 2 deep zone, whatever, and then come in on the.
If you can't run the football, play 2 deep, play 2 safeties high all day long. If you're not an effective running team,
make them read this
text here on the Titan MR and Imaging Hotline, or text line, I should say.
Oh yeah, love Titan.
This one says,
Gloria.
This is from Alberto in Miami Lakes.
Oh.
He says, QB, the Miami grads here at the firm sent me a bouquet of black roses. Tough time for our Gators.
Oh, man.
Hope we can shock the world.
You know what shocking QB is? If Florida was worth a damn, they would probably have more fans down there raising hell.
I think we're still going to have a bunch of fans there.
Oh, I think so. I think so, too. But, the Florida people will absolutely travel. And it would be nice to be 3-0.
Here's a good text from Kerwin.
Kerwin's checking in, QB.
Well, because Kerwin called me.
Where did your brain?
I talked to Kerwin twice this week, by the way.
Did you ask him to send
this? This is from Kevin on the Titan MR text line. He said, I heard Billy say we are going to do what DJ likes to do.
Oh.
2 ways to take that statement. Neither makes me confident Saturday.
What do you think?
I'm glad he brought this up because somebody mentioned this to me the other day.
All right.
And I think I've said this multiple times on this program because I think it was at Gator Talk. Somebody asked Billy about play calling or whatever and DJ being comfortable. JC, have I ever said where the quarterback and the play caller sit down with the game plan?
Yeah.
And the quarterback says what he likes?
Yes.
Don't call this.
And
I don't like
Yes, it. You conform the plan to those. Yeah.
Yes. You as a play caller, you cannot call something that the quarterback does not like or feel good about.
Agreed.
So that was what the conversation was about. So I'm assuming that's what this text is about. DJ tells Billy what he wants called. All right, we got Rick from Jupiter on the Titan MR text line. He says, QB, today feels like the day before a hurricane, no pun intended. We are a mess inside and out and about to play a team that looks like a well-oiled machine. What's worse is being down in South Florida, hearing these Miami fans talk trash. I have no rebuttal. Well, go win a football game and you can be like JC and be a peacock.
Damn right. I will peacock. A couple of things I got to address here real quick. Iceman says LSU offense is trash, JC. Stop it already. I'm not sure what he means, but I do think Florida played better defensively. I don't know. You can say LSU sucks, but that's fine. And then Barone says, and maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe he's right. I wouldn't doubt it. He usually is. But the facilities were were already up and running and already in the plans before Billy showed up. I thought Billy had a lot to do with what he wanted, and then they controlled.
I would just say Scott Strickland had a lot to do with.
Oh, I know yeah. Okay, all right. So maybe they were, maybe they weren't.
Yeah.
I love. Look, Barone. I'm not saying it's miserable down there. I'm just saying I don't want to be in that traffic. But I do know that there are some wonderful places to be in in Miami, and the weather is to die for, of course. And Fort Lauderdale is cool. My grandparents lived there. I'd go to Fort Lauderdale all the time. Now it's much different back then, but I had a lot of good times in South Florida. So I don't hate South Florida one bit. I like it, but I just think it's too much for me right now at my ripe old age of whatever I am.
All right, Lee here on YouTube before we get to our Peachland.
I got to address these things.
Yeah. Lee says, JC, Billy got killed in the portal. Miami starts 6 transfers on offense, 7 transfers on defense, plus their kicker and punter. So a total of 15.
Yeah.
Of the top 24, UF has 5. That doesn't, I mean.
Yeah, well.
Some people build their program different ways. So
yeah. I mean, Clemson doesn't even partly use the portal. Now, of course, their results are showing. But I hear you, dude. I'm just saying, listen, I was the first guy that said you can change your fortunes in such a quick matter of time with what the rules are today, or at least what they were before last week. And, the transfer portal can transform your team. And I've given plenty of examples of what happened at TCU, what's happened at many other schools across the country, and certainly at Florida State. And now what you're seeing at Miami, and you could give the coach credit. Mario Cristobal and Billy Napier basically came at the same time. You've got 2 programs going different directions. Mm-hmm. And, Mario has not been the greatest decision maker on the sideline either at times. He's made some really bad mistakes. Georgia Tech game a year or 2 ago is prime example of that, when they gave it away because they didn't do what they were supposed to run out the clock. So listen, people make mistakes on the sideline. I get it. We get upset because they make so much money and they're not paid to make these mistakes, but they're human beings and it happens. And sometimes in the heat of the moment, bad things can happen. We've seen plenty of examples of that down here. What I would love to see is a shocking development in Miami on Saturday night, where maybe that doesn't happen, and the Gators are in position to win a football game that nobody expects them to win in the fourth quarter. That's all I'm going to ask for. And if they don't win it in the fourth quarter, they don't win it. But just be in position to maybe pull off a shocker, and everybody in America will know about it, because Miami right now is the second coming. It's back to 2000 for the Miami Hurricanes, apparently, and maybe it is.
Couple of tweets, or what you call it, comments on Facebook Live, brought to you by Mel Law. Andy says, Shane, what did Kerwin say about the QB he was supposed to have this season? I guess he just quit football. No, he's been suspended. He's back this week. You'll see a different Western Carolina team moving forward. Skipper says, game day crew at ESPN will have a Hurricane Love Fest. Be prepared. Here's what's weird, JC. They're having game day there for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's on campus.
On campus instead.
Yeah, it's 30 miles away.
We talked about this yesterday at the golf course, and I'm not sure. All that stadium is a parking lot around it, and that's it.
Well, they got like a racetrack there now, all kinds of stuff.
So
Lamar was talking about it. I can't wait to see it.
The Miami Hurricanes are afflicted with what is called land constraints, and that's probably the reason why they don't have an on-campus facility, because they just can't. There isn't a place to put it. You can knock down the Arts and Sciences building maybe, and still wouldn't be enough room. My Iceman over here says I'm sticking up for Billy. No, I mean, listen, you know how I feel about this coach, but I'm just trying to be somewhat optimistic on a Friday so I don't make everybody angry. I want to see, hopefully, something good happen, but listen, I'm not taking up for the guy.
All right, we're getting ready to get to our Peachland Dental picks.
I'm not damn sure.
Alan says the important thing to know is, can we match up with Miami? I don't think we can match up with the O-line and the D-line at all. I don't
either. That's
Peachland Dental.
No, hell
Gator
no.
Nation's #1 choice for dentistry in Port Charlotte and surrounding areas. Go visit them at peachlanddental.com. We're going to have our Peachland Dental picks now.
Here we go. Tonight,
he will give you a lot of good nuggets and tidbits to win millions of dollars over the weekend.
I was so upset with my golf game yesterday and these greens that I pay a lot of money for every month.
That's your fault.
That I basically said, screw the homework for the show tomorrow. I'm just going to wing it, because I was not in the mood. Wife is feeling better, but gallbladder surgery, all that. So, maybe it's my fault. I don't know. Oh, goodness gracious.
They see, as Coach Spurrier says, not your fault. It's my fault for putting you in the game. It's your fault that you're putting on those bad greens.
Well, I mean,
you got you got another option.
Anyway.
By the way, U.S. greens on Wednesday were phenomenal.
They were phenomenal. Yeah, I know. 6 years I've been listening to this. All right, Iowa Tonight we have a Big Ten clash between two offenses that literally will cure sleeplessness. Okay? Your favorite team, the Iowa Hawkeyes, are at Rutgers. Now, the Hawkeyes are 2-1. They lost to Iowa State in what could only be mentioned as a snore fest, but it was a close game. Rutgers, however, is 3-0, and they're talking big noise. Somehow Iowa's favored, and because of that, I'm going to take Iowa at Rutgers to somehow win that game with defense, -2.5.
I'm going to take the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
Knights.
I mean, you just don't roll into
You just don't. You really
on
don't.
a Friday night.
On a Friday night, too. On a Friday night in New Jersey. Great place. Arkansas laying 7 in Memphis. Here's the bet I'm making in this game. I'm going to take, and even though this number's gone up from 57.5 to 61.5, I think they can still go over this total, and I'm going to take that. But Arkansas is laying 7.5 points. Now, Memphis is a team you said that has got a lot of good things going for it. Lots of wins in the last few years. They're trying to get that group of 5 bid, just like everyone else in that world. I kind of think Memphis getting the points in the Liberty Bowl makes sense, but I'm going to take Arkansas because I know one thing: they will score. Whether or not they can stop Memphis is another story.
And what is the line?
7.5. That's a lot.
Yeah, I'll take the Tigers.
Memphis?
I think Arkansas wins the game. It's going to be close.
Okay, total 61.5. Love that, even though it's gone up. Auburn, here's a good game. Now, this is one of the games I am going to watch.
Give me the Sooners.
Okay.
They're my team.
They are. It's all about the quarterback for you. But the thing that's also improved with that team is clearly, I think, the fact that Venables is now focusing on defense. But
they were like in the top 5 in America. I mean,
they were better
in the conference last year. Defense,
yeah.
They just could not get a first down.
Auburn is getting 7, QB. You don't care?
I do not care.
Okay, I agree with you. Now, Lenore Sellers, the status on him, he had a concussion. They say he's probable. Doesn't mean he's going to be effective. Not at all. He could still be a little woozy, and they're still going to play him. But they're getting 9.5 QB at Missouri. Now the next Gator quarterback, Eli Drinkowitz, according to everybody, is laying 9.5. And this is one of Missouri's supposedly difficult games on their easy schedule by comparison to everyone else in the league. I don't know. South Carolina getting 9.5 seems like a lot, but I'm still going to lay it and take Mizzou.
I like Missouri at home. It's a hard place to play. It's just so weird.
Why is it so hard?
Because it's just like I don't really know. It's hard to explain till you go there, JC.
Yeah.
Because the stadium's just kind of like,
It
seems like we always played at noon, which was 11.
So you're half asleep is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I don't know when this game is, but it's weird.
Well,
real quick before we go to the next pick, I want Missouri. Clayton says on Facebook Live, brought to you by Mel Law. Shane, do you think Ole Miss makes the playoffs? If so, would that change Florida coaching?
Got to beat LSU. They got to beat LSU.
They play LSU. They got to play Tulane this week. They're playing their backup quarterback again this week. It does not matter. If that's your guy, you wait till whenever and go get it.
Yeah. Gosh, man. They're closing in their end zone at Missouri. They are doing some improvement.
They're getting rid of the rocks that form.
Yeah, they're getting rid of all that in the end zone.
Oh, wow. That's where like students used to get in for free and just sit.
Right, sit there and throw frisbees during a football game. Try to catch the extra point in that end zone. You're not going to pick this game, but Florida's catching 9.5 to Miami, and I am just a glutton for punishment. I think Miami easily covers this game, but I'm going to take Florida in a live bet situation. When the point spread is in the double digits. That's my strategy for this game.
Okay.
All right, Texas Tech plus 3.5 against Utah.
Give me the Utah Utes.
Let me tell you something. As a former player, QB, how does a player prepare his body, and how do you play a game at 10 o'clock in the morning?
I have no idea because I mentioned this yesterday that they're going to eat pregame meal at 6 a.m. That means wake-up calls around 5.
So ridiculous.
I don't know why they're doing this.
This is all television. The big noon. Fox.
This is the big noon game?
Has to be if it's at noon. Yeah. And this is such a good game too.
I like the Utah. These are two really good teams.
They trash the whole day with this crap they make these schools.
I think the Utes win that league and go to the playoffs.
Okay, we love Utah, don't we? Yeah, I agree, man. Well, I love the coach too, man. We all know about Kyle Whittingham, but both those teams are 3.
Can you believe he has been there ever since Urban Meyer was there?
Yeah, I mean this is called a very stable program. Now, it's Utah, but it's still a program. They still have to play games. All right. Both teams are 3-0. Here's another interesting game, and I'm telling you, after watching Josh Hoover play, I'm a believer in TCU, dude. I just think Sonny's a really good coach. This is a name I brought up that you didn't like, but I think Sonny would be an interesting speculation here at Florida. I think he would figure out how to get the damn ball in the end zone. SMU plus 6.5, dude.
Wow, they're the 6.5 point underdog.
Yeah.
This is a big game.
Jennings has got to play better.
Close to one another. I'm taking the Horned Frogs.
Okay, I'm going to take the points just because it's a lot and it's a lot of scoring, but I wouldn't be surprised to see TCU dominate this game either. It's in Fort Worth, but that doesn't really mean anything. Michigan minus 1.5 to Nebraska. They're getting all excited up in Lincoln. They've got the Wolverines coming in. Good to see Michigan traveling and playing some tough games on the road. They had that game at Oklahoma. This game at Nebraska is not going to be easy as well. I think they're better than Nebraska, but I'm going to take the home dog getting 1.5 with that quarterback.
I like the Huskers. I think they're the better team. I like the crowd. Kyle Crooks,
who
used to be our softball and women's sports announcers. Now they're play-by-play guys, so I'm going with the Big Red.
All right, go with the Big Red. And then finally, two games. These two teams, I watch these ACC games sometimes, QB, and I honestly can't follow the game because of how bored I am. But when NC State and Duke play, it's a great little regional game because the schools are within 20 miles. But when you watch it, it's like, what is it about some of these ACC games, QB? Is it just they're just, I don't know. NC State plus 2.5. Give me that.
Where are they playing?
Duke.
Where at?
Duke. 1 and 2. Duke is laying.
Who did you take?
NC State. You take Duke.
Okay, I'll take Duke then. Duke's coming off a loss to Tulane.
And then finally in the Big 18, Illinois. This is a good one. And they're getting a chance to enjoy their football Saturday in Bloomington because it's a 7:00 game or 7:30. Illinois and Indiana, border war. Illinois plus 6.5. I know I got to hurry here.
I like the Fighting Illini because I like their quarterback.
Okay, you take him, and I'll take Indiana and go with that loudmouth Signetti. Quickly, NFL, 3 quick ones. Bucks laying 6.5 to the Jets. I'll take Tampa, even though they were in a absolute violent war with Houston.
Jets have game in Tampa?
Yeah, and Jets have no offense. Take the Bucks.
Yeah, Justin Fields has no chance.
Well, I don't know if he's even going to play with his concussion issues. Houston 1.5. I sold my tickets to my son. He's going to go watch. Yes, I charged.
You didn't give them to your kid?
No, because damn it, I'm not in charge for their entertainment on Sunday. They got jobs and a grown ass adult.
What kind of dad are you?
What kind of dad am I? You sending your kid to a freaking club level seat in the football game tomorrow?
My kid, when he comes into town, he gets my seats for free to the Mighty Gator games.
Okay.
I mean, I could sell my Texas tickets, but he's going to be here, so.
Oh, well, that's different.
Why is that? How's that different, Jason?
Because this is NFL Saturday. He's got his girlfriend with him, and it's club seats. Okay, they're not the freaking general admissions.
Even if they were, if I had Champion Club tickets, I would give them to him.
Well, maybe I'll cancel the Venmo. Okay, make you feel better. Now everybody's going to slaughter me. I don't care. He got my golf clubs. I love my kids. Houston plus 1.5 against Jacksonville. Who you got? I'm taking the shitty Jacks. By the way, Trevor Lawrence has had more drops as a quarterback in the NFL. That is a statistical fact than any quarterback since 2020. Trevor Lawrence.
Give me the Texans.
All right, give me Jacksonville. We're going 2-1, baby. And I did say we. Great game here. Finally, Denver plus 2.5. Chargers, 2 extremely violent defenses.
I think the Chargers.
I think the Chargers are live for the AFC. Go check them out on the futures. Give me LA. Mac probably won't play, but they are that guy in the defensive backfield is so damn good. He played at Florida State. His name is escaping me for the Chargers. Derwin James is unbelievable. He is the best defensive back, not named Marlon Humphrey in the NFL.
JC,
right on, brother.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah,
and delete the damn Venmo that you sent to your son.
All right, these kids are fine. Your kids got more money than you do. Why are you giving them tickets? Come on.
That's just how I feel great about it, JC.
Go feel good about it.
Warm and fuzzy. JC, have a good weekend. We'll recap all this stuff on Monday. That's JC joining us on the Titan and More Hotline, courtesy of Comfort Temp. Quick timeout, come back. Orlando Sentinels, Edgar Thompson. I know he's had a lot to write about this week. You're watching and listening to PodUp with Matthews in the morning. from the International Diamond Center Studios. We'll be right back.
Our premium sponsors are Campus USA Credit Union,
International Diamond Center,
Meldon Law, UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, JF Hayden Craft Liqueurs, Florida Cracker Kitchen, Los Linderos Tequila. Gridiron sponsors are Baker Sporting Goods, Comfort Temp, Electronics World, Florida Victorious, Gallo Car Wash, Miapa Latin Cafe, Peachland Dental, Quality Plumbing, Ruse Ogre State Farm, Silverback Concrete, 84 Lumber, Big Mills Cheesesteak, Celebrate Primary Care, Dowling Sign, Gator Bait Media, Gator Dominoes, Ironwood Golf Course, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, UF Bookstores, Nest and Wow, MG&A Wealth Management. Watch and listen to us live on Facebook and YouTube. Listen to the podcast whenever on Apple or Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. To become a sponsor, call my man Freddie at 352-284-3733.
Hi there, this is Coach Steve Spurrier, and I want to let you know that by popular demand, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill's delicious brunch is now served in a premium buffet. You have spoken, we have listened, and we're now serving Gainesville's only elevated buffet, complete with an omelet station, ginger sage chicken sausage, shredded short rib, and of course our chicken and waffles. Plus, you can enjoy bottomless, mimosas, and Bloody Marys. So join us every Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 3 for the best brunch in town.
The most important thing I learned from my father was work ethic and integrity. Never veer away from integrity, even if it costs you money.
International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire.
The core value for IDC is to protect the customer.
That means offering the largest selection, uncompromising quality, the strongest warranties, and honest guidance from experts who are not paid on commission. International Diamond Center at Celebration Point. Online, shopidc.com.
What's up, everyone? I'm Mike Pouncey, and this is my twin brother Marquise Pouncey, and this is Life After Football. Let's go. We are the owners of Tropical Distillery, and JF Hayden's is our liqueur brand. We have 5 different flavors: a mango, a lychee, an espresso, citrus, and key lime pie. We pride ourselves on not only being a Florida-made brand, but also a cocktail solution. With that being said, cheers and go Gators.
Welcome back to the International Diamond Center Studios. Florida Crackers, the brand for original Floridians, great food and southern hospitality in the center of the University of Brooksville, Florida, floridacracker.com. Let's go back to the Titan Hotline, courtesy of Comfort Temp. We're joined by Orlando Sentinel's Edgar Thompson. Good morning, Edgar. How you doing, bud?
I need a better background.
Well, I can teach you how to do that. I don't know how I learned it, but I got all kinds of lakes and rivers and oceans in my background.
I got my coffee pot and my sink and
All right, Edgar, what do you think about this week? Well, I mean, Billy's had a lot of press conferences and DJ's had a rough week, but it's over with and moving forward. Your thoughts on this game coming up against Miami?
I mean, I think it could be a rough night, honestly. But then again, I start listening to Billy, talking about not connecting your confidence to the outside opinions. And he got on this spiel the other night, and I'm suddenly ready to go bet the money line, right? I mean, it's like, I'm just like, we joke, I'm like a piece of driftwood, I mean, I get just pulled here and there. But look, I talked to DJ's agent Wednesday, was it? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about Derek Jackson, he represents Anthony and a number of other players. And he said the lack of just the off season, you and I have talked about ad nauseum. It's been the topic for months on end. You and I were talking about how we're already tired of talking about Billy's future. And I mean, this stuff, it's endless. We just talk about the same stuff, it seems. But the reality is DJ, despite a lot of pushback on what was being said, was injured. His shoulder was messed up. for a good while. And a CBS Sports story, which I didn't report this, said he didn't throw 2 consecutive days until August. So tell me how you're supposed to go from the Gasparilla Ball to August, 9 months or 8, whatever it is. You don't even throw consecutive days. You're so limited. I get it. You can watch all the film in the world, do all the mental reps, work on your footwork. We just started talking about golf before we got in here. You're gonna go watch a bunch of YouTube videos and, you know, do practice, do footwork in your living room, and then think you're gonna go out and start hitting golf shots at targets. It's just, and it's showing. He's not seeing the field. He's not confident. He's not trusting it. And even a couple of the throws he made the other day, what was the one in triple coverage to Sturdivant early? I mean, that throw was a little late. It wasn't thrown with the authority it needed to be. He made that throw last year to DK a number of times. So that's a huge issue. And let's see where he's at this week, because that's going to be critical.
Well, he ain't going to be any healthier if that's what they're talking about.
Well, I think he's probably, no, he is healthy now. But the point is, he's rusty. He's young. He's behind.
Well, having said all that, if they're admitting that now, I think it's hindered the team and they should have played somebody else.
Well, who?
Anybody, but anybody that is not rusty is what I'm saying is like,
well, I think they think
this would have never happened in the NFL ever.
Well, he's making strides now and trying to get like back on track. But the other night was a nightmare game, obviously, that got away from him. But look, Shane, I wrote this too. And Derek didn't even say this. I was just looking at it, and I didn't even kind of see it at the time ignorantly, but he threw those interceptions on 3rd and 10, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 18, 3rd and 11, and he was sacked on a 3rd and 10. Now the last one was on 1st down, and Billy was not happy about that one. But third behind the chains the whole night.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make something happen.
Yeah. I meant to bring this up, and I want to bring it up right now. This is from Dan on Facebook Live, brought to you by Mel Law. Edgar, will the football SEC championships being restated now that Vernon Maxwell's records have been reinstated? And again, I meant to mention that with JC. Good for Vernon. It's crazy that after all these years, he's still the 3rd leading scorer in basketball history in the SEC. Do you think the football championships will be reinstated?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, Vernon Maxwell, though, I remember him. I was living in Albuquerque, the M&M boys or whatever, right? He was, I mean, that was like out in New Mexico, and those weren't great teams, but he was great. They might have, did they get to a Sweet 16 actually?
I don't know. That was before my time.
His averages in the NCAA tournament were impressive. He was a badass, man. So yeah, I'm glad that was done. I don't know about the football. You're talking about the 1990 title?
Well, it'd be the 84 as well. I have a feeling the 90 title's coming around. I mean, because not one person involved with the 90 team did anything wrong. Not one person, not one coach. So that if anything should be reinstated, not because I was on that team, but it's just common sense. There's not enough common sense in the world, in my opinion.
Well, Spurrier claims it anyway, so.
Yeah.
But back to DJ. So what do you think about that? Playing behind the chains?
Well, no, but a lot of that has to do with, I mean, I'd have to go sit down and watch the game again. Playing behind the chains, a lot of times is because you didn't throw completions on 1st or 2nd down, right? Or it could be we ran off tackle, left tackle got beat. Now it's 2nd and 10. There's a lot of factors that go in. Here's all I would say about DJ. Take your steps and let it go. That's what Coach Spurrier always said. But that involves your fundamentals. You can't be doing these off-platform throws and bore me to death throwing completions. The problem is, in my opinion, last year DJ completed so many balls down the field, people are taking it out of the way. That's what he's forcing himself to do, is throw the ball down the field. just throw it. Hayden Hansen was wide ass open in the flat multiple times for 8-yard gains. Those add up. And then if you complete those, then the safety or the corners will bite up. You could throw it over their head on corner routes. So there's a lot that goes into it. But he is going to have to play much better than he did, and I think he will. But he can't force the ball against Miami because I'm worried about us blocking Miami. I was not worried about us blocking LSU. I'm extremely worried about us blocking these guys.
As you should be. Their defensive front is amazing.
Yes.
It's not just Bain. It's that there are two other guys. I mean, Billy mentioned 99. His name eludes me. And then you got number 3, Messafor or whatever. I mean, these guys are beasts. And their secondary's totally rebuilt, but it's through the portal. They had like 19 portal guys, and the whole start and secondary, I think, is from the portal, but they're playing well. It's a talented team, and you to an offensive line, their offensive line is incredible. And 2 of their guys, 2023, number 6 and 20 overall recruits, are the anchors of that line. So he's recruited well. He knows offensive line. He was an offensive lineman, obviously, Mario Cristobal, and still looks like one. I mean, all that guy looks like he does is coach football and lift weights. I mean, he's a monster. And it's going to be tough, man. And I think this is one people are looking at as, oh, they might be able to go down there and, preseason, I'm saying.
Right.
This looks like a tougher game than LSU by far to me, personally.
Well, I think a lot of Gator fans look at how Carson Beck played last year against us, threw 2 or 3 interceptions, did not look comfortable. They think that's going to happen now. He's looked very comfortable to me in this offense in the 2 games that I've seen him play. Doesn't mean we can't harass him and force mistakes, which I hope we do.
The defense, how well do you think this defense is playing? It's received a lot of
Ours.
Yeah, I think it's been solid, but 1 takeaway in 2 games, 1 sack in 2 games. It's just not it's not as opportunistic, but it's been solid.
I think this is clearly the best offense that we've played. I was blown away at how poor LSU's offense is. They don't have the receivers they've had in the past. I still think Nussmeier is one of the top quarterbacks in America. They can't block anybody. I mean, you're talking about a poor offensive line. They have no rushing attack. So having said that, I don't think our defense has really been tested yet. I think they'll be tested this week. My biggest issue is we haven't been able to affect the quarterback as much as I thought we could, right? We better do it against this team because they run that version of the air raid. So the ball's going to come out quickly on the shallow crosses and things of that nature. And they got dudes that can make you miss on the back end. So I mean, our defense has got to play well for us to have a chance in this game. No question.
The safeties, I'm not trusting great that much.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, again, I don't know if it was Bryce Thornton or I don't think Mizell's a great cover guy. I can't remember who got beat on the cover 2 post, the double move for the touchdown that LSU threw last week. I mean, that was good execution on their part. But yeah, Mizell.
It's Castell. Castell.
I mean, Castell, yeah. The reason I'm saying Aiden Mizell, somebody sent a text a few minutes ago, want to know if he should play more.
He should.
He should. He should be in that rotation. I'm not a big rotating guy, but you should take 4 or 5 receivers, and those guys should be the ones rotating and getting touches. Yeah, but Castell was what I meant to say. Thanks for correcting me there. Hang on, Edgar. We had a text here real quick on the Titan MR text line. Kevin says QB throwing those passes to the flat also helps get you in rhythm, correct? Yes, it gets the play caller a chance to kind of get going. It gets the offense moving. And, completions. I know people get tired of check downs and things of that nature, but that's what gets offenses going. And I think the deep ball, Miami's not going to give up any deep balls. I can tell you right now what they're going to do. They're going to play 2 high safeties, especially if we can outrun the football. You're going to see 2 high safeties, and we're going to have to dink and dunk.
What do you think of the commitment to the running game?
That's a great question. I feel like watching the game last week, Edgar, and I know Billy doesn't listen to shows or read the papers, but he hears stuff, right?
I think he
I
has
think he got
an
away
army
from
of
what Bill,
people to
I think he
hear
got away from what Billy Napier's all about last week
it. Mm-hmm.
because we didn't really say we're going to run the football here. We threw it. I've always said if a Billy Napier team throws the ball 28 times, 28 attempts, that means we are behind and trying to come from behind to win the game. But what really showed me is what was it, a 10-10 ball game with a minute and some change left. We got the ball back. We've done
119.
in the past. We've run the ball, gone to half, right? We would have been 10-10. But he dropped back because people probably bitch and complain, Billy, what are you taking the timeouts to the locker room for? Why are you not being aggressive? I think he understands. I don't know if my guy can run a 2-minute drill. And then we throw the pick six. And now we're down 17-10 at half.
Well, it's funny. So Matt Hayes, longtime Gator writer back in the 90s, he works for USA Today now, college football columnist. He's sitting next to Kevin Brockway and I look over and I said, what do you do here? You go to halftime? And he goes, no, you got to push it. And I'm thinking, they need to go to halftime. I'm thinking to myself, knowing this team. And then I was surprised, and they actually moved the ball a touch, and then he throws that pick. That was just a bad one, man. That guy saw that thing coming a mile away and jumped it, and they kick a field goal, and then you lose the momentum.
Yeah.
But yeah, Billy kind of went against his his typical approach. But you're getting Jaden Ball. I liked how they got him involved in the passing game. I think he had a career high 1 catch coming in that game. He had 7 the other night.
Right.
I think he looks pretty dynamic in the pass game. I mean, he could have had an 87-yarder. Again, more penalties, more plays called back because of penalty touchdowns and touchdowns scored the last 2 weeks, right? I'm sure that's come up plenty this week, right?
Yeah.
3 called back, 2 scored. So that was a big blow. You're up 10-0 then, and if you score that. But he looks good in the passing game, but he ran 10 times. Am I wrong? Is this guy an NFL caliber running back who's just a unique weapon and matchup issue? And the guy's a beast.
Yeah, I think he's a very good running back. I mean, there's a lot of really good. I think Miami's got some good running backs that we're going to face this week. But yeah, Jaden Ball needs more touches. I think we all agree. But I firmly feel like that plan that we had against LSU is a plan that fans wanted to see. But then fans saw that we threw 5 interceptions, so then they complained that we didn't run the ball enough, right? They've been talking about we haven't thrown it enough. Now they want to run it. So running it this week will be tough sledding. Edgar, on YouTube, brought to you by Quality Plumbing, CRB says, ask Edgar what the players think about Billy not willing to bench DJ if he doesn't perform. He's loyal to DJ, but at what point do you play the QB that gives you the best chance to win?
I thought Trammell should have, after the 4th pick, I think you should have put him in and let DJ at least settle down. Is there anything to that? Like letting a quarterback just settle down a bit?
Mm-hmm.
Is there? I mean, you were a quarterback for whatever years.
I mean, Coach Spurrier bits quarterbacks all the time, Heisman Trophy winners and stuff. And sometimes, when the game, although this game was never, what's crazy is this game was still never, it wasn't like it was a blowout. We still had a chance to win it. But I guess.
Just for even a series is all.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too, Edgar. He didn't play great against South Florida, and it's the rustiness, whatever you want to say. There's nothing wrong with putting somebody else in, right? That doesn't mean that person has to come in and throw it 5 times. He could come in and hand it off, just have him calm down on the sideline, kind of just watch. But it comes back to, like, we benched Bryce Lovett, right, for the LSU game because he wasn't performing. I just think sometimes you have to, whether he's your highest paid player or not, sometimes, I don't want to say it sends a message, but you may have to. We'll see what happens this week.
Well, plus, isn't he going to be on the headset talking to a coach or looking at some whatever iPad or Polaroids or whatever they use now over there? And like this is what you did on that pick six, man, and you've done this on this one too. You're not processing. Let's get you more. This next series, we're gonna try this and let Trammell run a series. And what if he does some good stuff? I mean, I don't know that you necessarily have a QB controversy, but you're trying to win a football game. I just didn't really get like letting DJ just out there floundering the way he was, because it just, I mean, it got reached the point of absurdity by the time he threw the fifth one. It was just like, gee, I mean, my Lord, even the fourth one. I mean,
All right, last thing before we get you out of here, Andy's question on Facebook Live brought to you by Mel Law. Edgar, is the Dallas Wilson saga the most disappointing story so far this season?
well, I mean, DJ's the most disappointing. I mean, not to, be contrarian here, but no, Dallas Wilson not playing is tough. I mean, you're taking a guy, potential number one receiver, physically gifted in a way no other player in that room is. I mean, size wise, everything wise. I mean, he's 6'3", 216. We saw it in the spring game how dominant he can be. You take him out of the mix. I mean, your number one receiver is Vernell Brown, the third right now, right? He's the best offensive player they have going, him and Ball. And he's not like built like a number one. Not saying there haven't been number ones that are built like him. I mean, Andre Rison or whatever was a one, but I don't know if he's Andre Rison. But you know what I'm saying? Most of them have more stature, and you're taking that guy away. I mean, Sturdivant has not been playing the way I thought he might, and he certainly hasn't been a transfer receiver of the recent ones, whether it's Badger, DK, or Pearsall especially. He hasn't been that yet, but there's still time. But yeah, the fact I think Mizell needs to play some more. You got to just kitchen sink this thing, man. I mean, you're trying to save your job now. You were trying to save it last week after the UCSF collapse. That was a fiasco. That put Billy in the hole big time, and then they dug the hole deeper, and now they're playing Miami. They haven't started 1-3 since 1986. And you go into a bye week, and everyone's going to be calling for your job if you get blown out this week. I don't know if that's the way they're going to go, because 4 games is the threshold that you can opt out. If you don't play more than 4 games, you can still redshirt, get another year. That could create a mess. So I don't think that anything's happening this weekend, regardless of what happens Saturday night. But it's a rough scene, man. And it's going to get rougher if they go down there, and what happens, what I expect to happen happens. Because I think Miami's just a better team, right?
Yeah,
they look good.
They're very good. They're very good. Last thing here before we get out of here, Zach T says on YouTube, brought to you by Quad Plum. Shane, what about when we were being so slow down 10 and Greg McElroy was criticizing how slow we were snapping it? Can we not operate? Well, we're not great at hurry up, but here's what I will tell you about that. I didn't have much of a problem with it, because when you're down 10, you're down 2 scores, right? So people want you to really hurry up. But if you don't score on that one drive, depending on how much time's left, you have no chance of winning the game, right? So it's critical. I remember all my NFL teams, like if you were down 2 scores and we got the ball back, it's like, okay, whatever we have to do on this drive, we have to score. Because that gives you a chance now to onside kick it or kick it, use your timeouts. But if you don't execute in that one drive, the game is over. I don't know if that makes much sense, but that's how play callers and coaches think. I know the average fan is like, we're down 10, we got to hurry, hurry, hurry. You want to hurry, but if you go 3 and out just like that, the game is over. If you can still drive down and get at least a field goal or score a touchdown, now it's a 1-possession game. Anything can happen. So that's kind of where that thinking goes. So, Edgar, good stuff as always. OS Gators, correct?
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. I'll see you Saturday night.
See you in the press box, my man. That's Edgar Thompson from the Orlando